Hi there, let's talk about price reductions in today's real estate market, and more importantly, how you should interpret them. I'm Rachael Smith with RE/MAX and Big Bear. Now, price reductions can often send the wrong signal. A lot of people see a price drop on a listing and immediately think that something must be wrong with the property. Maybe it's sitting for too long, maybe there's damage, maybe the sellers are desperate, but that kind of thinking doesn't really hold up when you understand what's happening in the current market. What we're seeing now is a normalization of pricing. For the past few years, we were living in an abnormal market. Bidding wars, all cash offers, way above asking, and buyers waiving inspections just to get their foot in the door. It was intense, competitive, and frankly unsustainable. But now things are balancing out. Price reductions are actually a sign that the market is shifting back into a more reasonable, more stable environment. Sellers can't just throw a high number out there and expect 10 offers in 48 hours. They have to be strategic, and when a listing doesn't generate interest in the first couple of weeks, a price correction is often the smart move. This isn't a crash, it's a course correction. And for buyers, this is actually a good thing. A price reduction means you're more likely to get into a home that fits your budget. You can negotiate again. You can get inspections. You can have time to think before making one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. That's healthy for everyone. Sellers need to understand this too. A price reduction doesn't mean failure. It means adapting to the current climate. Maybe you are pricing based off of what your neighbor got last year, but markets change. Inventory, interest rates, and buyer demand, it's all fluid. If your home isn't moving, a price reduction might just be what gets it sold. And here's the key. Price reductions today aren't driven by desperation. They're driven by realism, by data, by agents and sellers paying attention to what buyers are actually willing to pay right now. Not last year and not 6 months ago, but today. It also doesn't mean that the home isn't valuable. It just means that the market is recalibrating. The home may still be worth every penny of original list price in a different market. But in today's market, buyers have more leverage and sellers have to respond to that. Another point, just because a home has a price reduction doesn't mean it's suddenly a steal. Buyers still need to do their homework. Look at comparable sales, get inspections, understand what repairs might be needed. But it does open up more opportunity for fair deals. And that's what we really want, right? A market where buyers and sellers middle. So instead of seeing a price reduction as a red flag, see it as a reality check. See it as a seller who's motivated and more realistic. See it as a chance to re-engage with a property that you might have passed over before. In many cases, the home is perfectly fine. It was just priced a little ahead of the market. To wrap this up, price reductions aren't bad news. They're a sign that the market is working. It's responding. It's shifting back towards balance, and that's a good thing for buyers, for sellers, and for the long-term health of the real estate industry. Keep watching the market, stay informed, and remember, price reductions are not the story. They're a chapter in a bigger story of a market finding its footing. Again, I'm Rachael Smith with RE/MAX and Big Bear, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.